Hey everyone, it's On the Cusp with Chad. It's Chad's Unscheduled Seminars on POWSCHE, coming to you from the Great White North. Your host, otherwise known as the .2 Sol Giga Chad. Not only does he buy like a Giga Chad, he lives his life like a Giga Chad, he talks like a Giga Chad, he has conviction like a Giga Chad. Much like many of you holders out there. And we got Nick, one of my best friends, working behind the scenes to make this podcast possible. He's the Jamie to my Rogan. So, what's with the name, On the Cusp? So, CUSP, I chose that name because, well, first, you got Chad. We're all Chads. This is for the Chads in POWSCHE and everyone that represents the Chad values. And then they're unscheduled because I don't want to be held to any deadlines, like, specific times of the day where I have to release some podcasts. I want to speak when I have inspiration. And then they're seminars because they're going to be educational for all of you holders. And it's on POWSCHE. So the acronym being CUSP. And it's the perfect name because really many of us holders, including myself, are on the cusp of this great wealth. Basically the foundation that we're going to build all of our future dreams upon. And we can get there together, truly. So, what is the purpose of this podcast? Well, first of all, it's going to give you a hell of a lot more faith in POWSCHE. Because truly, guys, truly, what other coins are going through the lengths POWSCHE is to promote transparency? I mean, you have a dev that is so fucking based. I mean, he does voice memos as well. I mean, that was the first inspiration for me wanting to do something like this. And then you got Dio, the man, the myth, the legend. He set the precedent for other big bag holders to continue with the dev's vision of transparency. I saw that, and I followed suit. I saw Dio post his wallet, his main wallet. What did that do for me? It made me extremely bullish. Because if there was some shady shit going around, would this guy post his wallet where I could figure it out, what his wallet address is? I did. And then for myself, I did the same thing and then posted my wallet address. What does this do, guys? It lets you know that this coin, these wallets with this amount of supply, is off the market. You won't see a coin sold. I'm not going to sell a single coin. And then we'll have to talk about the exit plan because there is a way where everyone wins. And then a little bit about myself. So I originally went to school for a business and finance bachelor's degree, and then I went on to get my level 1 CFA, the Chartered Financial Analyst. But, I decided that wasn't for me. And then I eventually found my way into sales, which I freaking love because I extremely excel at analyzing, the behavior, relationships, and psychology of people. And the reality is, the nanocap market, my finance knowledge, everything about that mathematics from the CFA is completely useless here. In nanocaps, it is nothing but psychology, especially when there's no utility to the coins. Now, my goal for all of you holders is to kind of get you to shift your view on these nanocap meme coins. Like, I feel like we are all slightly delusional, and I'm guilty myself, for the first while when I was in this market this year. But the reality is, we all see them way too differently as like their own unique thing. We have to see them as like a business, a company that has stocks and shares. And your main big bag holders, they are kind of like your board of directors. I mean, basically what happened with me is I bought my way onto being a board of directors. And then I started to think of the psychology of the relationships between the different bag holders, the dev, and the majority of large token holders, and seeing it from a standpoint where I'm looking at it like it was a company, and if I was investing in it. And when I think about it that way, I realize we've all been giving too much weight and importance to the meme itself. I mean, people jump on to a meme because, it's well known or whatever. But that'll only take it and bring people in. But to go the length, the distance to get that coin to unreal numbers, it is completely irrelevant. And the most important thing is those relationships between the different types of holders. Now think about this. Your uncle, the one that always seems to be, entrepreneurial, but he always loses money. He comes to you and he says, "Hey guy, I got a real good business opportunity for you." And he tells you about this business, and it's all about this product, this really cool product. But the people in charge don't know each other, they've never spoken, and each one has the power to destroy the company. Now, I ask you, listeners, would you invest in that company? Truly, would you? I sure hope not, but yet that is what everyone is doing across the board in the nanocaps, and we have to look at it this way. And now think about POWSCHE. I know, for the most part, all these guys, like Dio, the dev, we're very similar people, and I've talked to them in chat messages, found out a little bit about them. We have very similar interests, think the same. Suddenly, I'm like, I want this to succeed because I like them. I don't want to fuck them over. I want all of us to succeed. I want POWSCHE to do something that's never been done before. And obviously, there must be a lack of salesmen in this nanocap market, because I truly think, and I'm guilty as well for not realizing this, but this is not apparent at all. I feel like people are looking at these meme coins like the most important thing is the name, but it's not. Look at it like a company, okay? Now, one more example, just to really hammer home this idea of how easy it will be for POWSCHE to stand out amongst the rest, the sea of absolute shit in the nanocap community. So let's say, you are going to start a business and you need a work truck, and that work truck is the foundation for all your future income. You need that. And you go to all these dealerships, and all of them, when you enter those doors, they'll kick you in the balls and steal your money. And then he finds out that there's one dealership that actually has good practice. Well, people, that's exactly the state of the nanocaps. Every single freaking coin is a scam, except POWSCHE. We will have no trouble being seen as legitimate as soon as people start to realize exactly what I've talked about in this podcast. We are the only legitimate ones. Every single developer, everyone out there who are in charge of these coins are completely short-sighted and looking into short-term game. But all of us, we see the long game, that the relationships and everything we've created, the goodwill, if we succeed, we can take that to the next project and the next one. I mean, the wealth we can create may make what we earn on POWSCHE, which seems like a lot, and I know it will be for me, but that long-term value of these relationships may make wealth that is literally going to make what we earned on POWSCHE look like peanuts. And none of these people can see that. And that's what makes POWSCHE different. So I'm going to let you guys think about that for the time being. Hopefully I blew some minds. And maybe some of you guys have already realized that. And that's exactly why you're in POWSCHE. But this is the first episode, and I look forward to many more. And thanks again, Nick, for the amazing intro and outro he just developed. I'm so proud of him. He exceeded all my expectations. So until next time, it's On the Cusp with Chad.